talk about the divisions of the nervous system. By divisions, we mean different branches or sections that have different functions and responsibilities to the overall function of the nervous system. So the nervous system, firstly, is divided into the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system includes the brain and the spinal cord. The brain plays a role in integrating the sensory and motor functions of the body. It also is responsible for higher mental functions like memory, thinking, and reasoning, and it regulates homeostasis. The spinal cord is responsible for conducting impulses to and from the brain to the rest of the body, and it plays a role in spinal reflexes. So your spinal reflexes are the reflexes in which input is received, then it goes into your spinal cord, and without going to the brain, the motor function is carried out. The peripheral nervous system are the nerves that branch from the central nervous system to connect to the other parts of the body. This includes 12 cranial nerves and 31 pair of spinal nerves. Your cranial nerves come directly from the brain. They're responsible for many different sensory and motor functions, including things like eye movement, tongue movement, taste, and pupil reaction. The spinal nerves, as I said, are 31 pair of nerves that come from the spinal nerve. They're going to carry messages to and from your body. So the inferior 29 carry messages both ways, both sensory and motor. These start off as 31 pair of nerves, then they branch into trunks and then into divisions, and then they split into cords and split into branches. So this eventually splits to innervate your entire body. These contain both sensory or afferent motor nerve fibers and motor or efferent nerve fibers. Within your peripheral nervous system, you have the somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. The somatic nervous system is responsible for the contraction of skeletal muscles. This is both voluntary contraction as well as reflex responses. The somatic nervous system is going to play a role in our sensory perception, so the input of information, as well as our motor responses. Next, you have the autonomic nervous system. In contrast to the somatic nervous system, this is going to control involuntary responses, usually to maintain homeostasis. So here we're talking about the other effectors, which are the cardiac muscle, the smooth muscle, and your glands. So these are things like your heart, the muscles within your digestive tract, and your sweat glands. Within the autonomic nervous system, you have the sympathetic division and the parasympathetic division. The sympathetic division is for fight or flight reflexes. We've heard this term before. This is essentially preparing your body, or your body preparing itself, to expend energy in stressful or emergency situations. This could be something like walking into a classroom or walking into your backyard and seeing a big bear. Your body now needs to be prepared to either fight the bear or to run away from the bear, which, depending on which type of bear it is, will depend on what your response should be. The parasympathetic division contrasts the sympathetic division. This is known as your rest and digest division of your autonomic nervous system. It's going to maintain homeostasis under ordinary restful conditions. So this is when there is no immediate danger. It's also going to help counteract the sympathetic division when the fight or flight moment is over. For example, when the bear walks away, or when you realize it was just some weird shadow from a pile of clothing in your bedroom and not actually a bear in your bedroom. So these are the divisions of the nervous system. You have your central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Within the peripheral nervous system, you have the somatic and autonomic nervous systems. And then within the autonomic nervous system, you have the sympathetic and parasympathetic divisions, each of them responsible for a different function of the nervous system.